Hello survivors, and welcome to another video. In today's video we are back on Soulstone survivors because of the new update. There are so many new things to be trying and testing, and today we are trying the Paladin. The exposed got updated, so now it increases direct damage taken by up to 20% for 6 seconds. That is based on radiant light, so obviously different weapons will have different exposed amounts, but it is bonus. The bonus is proportional to the damage caused by each attack. So now it works much better than what it did before, and it is very, very strong. We are going to be playing on the Paladin. We are going to be using Weapon Expert because we want Arcane Mace. Arcane Mace works similar to your Subdue or to the new Threshing Strike or the skills like that, where based on the amount of stacks of exposed on an enemy, it will deal bonus damage. So that is really, really cool. So we are going to be trying to get as many exposed stacks as possible, hoping for an exposed weakness. Kind of funny, exposed and exposed weakness. But runes wise, we got Executioner, Generalist, Dash Mastery, Weapon Expert, and Sure Footed. And we are going to go and destroy Curse 48 or Curse 7, Tier 7 with 48 Intensity. And we're going to show you just how broken the the Arcane Mace can be. So we are going to turn down special effects just a little bit. We should still be able to see them. There we go. The mace, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we can see, but that's okay. You're just going to have to know that it deals a lot of damage. So just trust. I'm not sure. I don't think it's aimable, or I think it has a certain amount of reach around you. So I don't think if I put my cursor here, it doesn't put it there. So it is like a very close up skill. So you kind of have to just hope that it's going to hit the bosses when they have all the stacks of exposed on them. Now, Arcane Beam did get an update. It did get nerfed with its damage, but it did gain exposed as well. So it actually got a really good buff to it. So even though its damage got a little bit of a knock, it also gained exposed, which is a huge buff to the skill. At least I believe it is. So we do want crit, obviously. We're going to grab ourselves Chromatic Bolt because we've got Generalist, and that's just going to help increase our damage of everything. And then we are going to go for the Arcane Beam and Light Beam. And hopefully we can find ourselves something like Arcane Power or something along the lines of some multicast. We do need area of effect as well, because, you know, the bigger the Arcane Mace, the more damage we're going to be dishing out as well, because it has a very low area of effect right now. So we're hoping to grab some decent area of effect. So we do actually want some cast frequency here as well. There is Arcane Power, fantastic. Damage for Radiant Light. We can increase its area of effect, or we can go for damage on the Arcane Mace. Ooh. Man, this is tough. I want both. So we're going to take both. We're going to get the cast frequency over here, and we're going to grab the Doom. Just one stack of Doom is perfect, just so that we've got the Executioner going. We don't really need a lot of Doom, we just need it for Executioner. And obviously if we get Doom to Daze with Impending Doom, that's just fantastic as well. Okay, there's Light Beam, that's fantastic. Now we're just waiting for Arcane Beam, and then we are in the most perfect of perfect places. So we're going to grab ourselves Arcane Disc, but we will change it to Arcane Beam as soon as we find it. The exposed damage on Arcane Disc looks like it's quite insane though, so that is something worth noting as well. Hey. Kill the Void Hunter. And we're going to grab life there. We can banish armor. We might as well grab multicast over there. Again, we are looking for... what was it? Ooh, magic missile is actually pretty good as well. No, let's change arcane disc for exorcism over here. And the reason for that is I think we will mark, or maybe we'll need some form of life. So grab that. And now we're just hoping that our axe or our mace is going to land on the boss's heads. So like I said, it doesn't have a really big range to it. So we do have to kind of hope that we can get it to drop on their heads and therefore deal the most amount of damage possible to the bosses. The other thing I did mention is if we can get exposed weakness, that would be fantastic, because obviously exposed weakness is going to double the amount of exposed stacks that we'll have on the enemy. So we do want a few things. Obviously it deals more than enough damage, as you can see, without getting those, but having them is just like a bonus and obviously makes things run a lot easier and run a lot better. So smoother, easier, faster, you know. It just makes life, the quicker you're able to kill things, the easier your life is in this game. So obviously that's something you got to look into doing. Alright, area of effect, that's perfect. We do want the crit as well. And I think we can't, oh, we're still waiting for arcane beam. More crits. Here's our arcane beam. We can actually get rid of chromatic bolt now. And we can go for relentless, some multicast. We don't need attacks anymore, so now we are focusing on buffing our skills only. So perfect. I'm so happy they added on the skip active skill button. It really does make it a lot simpler now. So once you've got your build up and running, or you've got your 6 active skills that you want, you can now only look for the passive upgrades, and therefore you don't have to waste time skipping all of the skills. So as you can see, we do kill minions like there's no tomorrow. We are just lacking a little bit of damage from our skills, but I think it's more a range thing than anything else. Our damage is going to be coming from arcane mace, from arcane mace, and unfortunately we aren't dealing we don't have the range that I would like for it just yet. But we are going to get there. It's not like it's not there. We just need to get it up and running a bit more. So area of effect of holy is fine. More cast frequency. It's gone down to 5 seconds from 8 now. And we can grab even more cast frequency. I think one of the biggest problems with doing this on something like Curse 7 is that there's just so many AoEs that you can't stand still, and that does really affect how much or what damage you can output. So having to move all the time really does hinder you sometimes, and it really does make it difficult to hit bosses with certain skills. Especially when they are such close up skills that you need to hit the bosses with. So we do need to try and hope to get something like the Fallen Knight, people like the Eternal Guardian over there, and just bosses that we are able to get up and close and personal with. Otherwise it's very, very difficult to try and hit our aura mace on them. But otherwise, you know, it does deal a lot of damage if you get the opportunity to hit them quite nicely like that. So as you can see, once all the bosses are dead, it does become a lot easier to whack things. And as you can see, the aura mace, I'm just going to call it aura mace now, guys, please. It's arcane mace, but my head is in aura mode for some reason. Everything I'm saying is wrong today. I don't know what's going on, but I can't speak language today. Okay, we need both of these would be nice. Impending Doom, that is amazing. I did take 1 stack of Doom, so now we've got even more crit happening over here, which is fantastic, because that's even more damage because of Dazed. So with the changes to the critical mastery and with the way that now Dazed and Disorientate work with crit mastery, it's probably one of the best runes to grab on nearly every character, because you're more than likely going to be grabbing yourself Impending Doom on everyone regardless. I didn't take it on this one. I really didn't think we would see Impending Doom, to be honest. I should have taken it, but we never, and that would have obviously made our damage a lot more, and we would be killing things a lot faster. But we did die there, unfortunately. It is what it is. We got caught in a bunch of skills, and that's just how the game sometimes works. Our arcane mace isn't doing as much damage as I would like it to do, but I guarantee you when we go and look at the final digits of the game, you're going to see that the arcane mace did the most damage. So even though it doesn't look like it's doing a lot of damage, it is hurting the enemies quite a lot. So it is something you do have to kind of keep in mind. It might not look like it's killing things or hurting them, but you'll see by the end of the round we will be doing quite a decent amount of damage. Alright, so we can go for damage, cast frequency, damage. Do we really need bleed? No, more dazed. So that was from the arcane mace, all of those elites just evaporating. So that's fantastic. We do have a decent amount of multicast on it, also because of the arcane power skill. So very important to get arcane power, or even get yourself the multicast mastery. I think we could probably, if you were lucky to get like arcane mace quite early, or you could guarantee getting it in your skill selection, you could get rid of a couple of runes like your weapon expert. A lot of people don't mind dashing being quite small, so you could get rid of your dash mastery and change that for your crit mastery, change your weapon expert for multicast mastery, and if you're feeling brave you could even get rid of sure-footed and put that for something else as well, which will then obviously boost your damage as well, because you're going to have more multicasts, more crits, or more crit damage for your crits, and it's just going to increase your damage further. So you could run those runes. I like to play it a bit more safe, with curse 7 runs at least, and you know, not that that helps much because I still take a lot of damage and die, but you know, we're taking 15% less damage, so we would have died 15% faster if we didn't take certain runes or do certain things. Alright, 6 level ups, let's go. Damage, cast frequency there, multicast there, more multicast, and more potency on the multicast. So quite a lot of multicast happening over here, and that is fantastic as well for us. So perfect. Right, so let's get these final bosses out of the way. They should be spawning any second, and then once we get them we will kill them. hopefully we can kill them pretty quickly. We did just get more multicast as well as another area of effect buff to the arcane mace. So the area of effect is quite decent now. So hopefully we can deal a lot more damage to things. But we did get a prophetess, so you know that's going to kind of hinder us just a little bit. Oh, we got a fallen knight as well. We'll get rid of him first, obviously, because as you can see, he is spinning on us one way or another. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, we got out of there. So the fallen knight is dead. We can get rid of these two as well. Will be very, very easy. Okay, Eternal Guardian's dead. And there we go. Fantastic. Everything's dead. Unfortunately, we get a level at the very end. Not that it's unfortunate. And it was a legendary multicast on our Radiant Light. But let's see what happens. Let's see what dealt the most damage. And obviously it was Arcane Mace with 40 million damage, but Radiant Light dealing quite a decent amount of damage. So, you know, in the future, maybe we'll do a video to see how far we can get with this build. We do have a couple of things that can change. Maybe Brittle isn't as good as it was before, but it did do 6 million damage over there. And Arcane Beam only dealing a whole 2 million damage. So maybe the exposed from the arcane beam isn't really necessary when you have Radiant Light. So definitely worth noting. We could change this to maybe a might buff or change it to something else like Magic Missile or something else. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe survivors. Until next time, cheers.